Good morning, YouTube. Fireman Scott here. Welcome back to another Fire PLO Poker Vlog. I'm going to be playing some high-low today, 8 or better. It's Friday. I did not plan on running today, but I just stepped into the park and this marine looking swole up dude, good morning, went running by me and I was like, yeah. So now I'm like motivated to run. So I think after I finish walking gin and rummy, I think after I finish walking gin and rummy, I'm going to run until I... Thank you for watching the channel. Click subscribe if you like it so far. Thank you. Minutes in, just getting warmed up. About to take over your city and you can't stand it. I was running at an incredible rate of speed, Harry. Woo! Money in it. Been running for an hour and 13 minutes. Let's make it count. Go. It's every day. Go. And don't be weak. Go. Good morning, Atticus. What's that look?
It was just a nap. Not morning.
Oh yeah. Good awake from nap, Atticus. It's 10:30. Damn. How you already wake up, then go back, take a nap, wake up again. Look at this breakfast. Organic waffles, organic cage-free eggs. This sausage is the Jimmy Dean all natural. That's what we go with, right? Yeah. Yep. If there's any crumbs, Rummy, don't worry. It'll be organic. Alright, baby. I'm going to play some high-low. Feeling very Mad Max-ish today.
Why do you say that?
Huh? I gotta smell cologne. Just on the deal, Lamont.
We record. 7.
Okay, y'all, I'm on my way to play Pot Limit Omaha, 8 or better. High-low, whatever you want to call it. I'm not that experienced in this game, but by theory, I should be even better at this game than I am at Pot Limit Omaha High, because I believe that I'm really good at finding patterns and exploiting them, and even more so in Pot Limit Omaha High. In high-low, the whole community, everybody who plays it, they're so stuck on the only way to play this game is sticking to the script that sometimes it's worse on a high-low player to be caught out of line than it is to actually lose their chips. They're very tight, very snug. They stick to the script is what I'm saying. So by my theory, I should be able to exploit the way they play. Only problem is I'm not that technically good at the game yet. I don't know the actual script that well yet. So it's hard for me to exploit it when I don't know it totally yet. But I'm working on it and I'm learning it. So I still feel like I'm a good enough all-around player that I can win most of the time. Go things, baby. Okay, we're gonna break down a couple of these high-low hands for you. I'm still learning this game, working through things, talking through it. And one of the years where I really grew as a player is when I spent like a year talking poker almost every single day to this group of friends. Charles, Adil, Dave, and Adil's brother Ace came along at the end, and he was a brand new player. And so we talked about Pot Limit Omaha almost every day. And we were all different styles and different levels of play. with just talking about it, thinking about poker, I got really good every day by doing that. So even though I'm playing high-low here, just talking through the hands and thinking through the hands makes me better as a player. So even if you are still learning high, I would still suggest jump into some of the high-low games, because just the benefit you will get from talking yourself through hands and thinking through hands is gonna make you a lot better player. Okay, this first hand, king, queen, 8, 1 suit, and that suit is spades. With this hand, I'm obviously just trying to make a high and thinking about 8 or better. I'm thinking that maybe we should be spending more time on the high hands, or concentrating more on the high hands. I don't know, this may be a thing, maybe not. It's just what I'm thinking, because it seems like everybody's playing the low cards. The low seems almost like a straight in Omaha High. If you make the low, you don't even have the whole low to yourself that often. So it seems to me like you should be concentrating on the highs a lot. But either way, I don't know yet. Like I said, I'm just talking myself through it. In this hand, I flop top 2 pair, queen, 3, 8. I pot it and I get a 1 caller, and by the end of the hand, I think that on the flop he called me with nothing but a low draw, because the turn comes a king. I turn top set, I pot it again for $60, and he makes the call again. And when the river comes an ace, he said, I pot it again, and he says, well, I can't beat much of anything now. So I would figure if he had even a pair and a low draw on the flop, he would have called me on the river making 2 pair. And you know, he certainly didn't have a straight draw on the flop. So I think he just called me with a naked low draw and maybe some backdoor flush draws that didn't complete, but I ended up taking this one down. That was a lot of talk for a simple hand. All right, move to the next one. Okay, in this next hand, I raise it up with ace, queen, 9, 10, double suited. Looks like a beauty. I make it a quarter, get several callers. I flop the stone nuts, ace high straight. There are 2 hearts on the board. I check it all the way around to the button, and he bets $100. I then move my chips in, $460, and I get called in 2 spots. And it turns out that both players were drawing completely dead to hearts alone. One guy had 3 hearts in his hand, one guy had 2 hearts in his hand, and the bottom end of a straight. The turn comes a jack of diamonds, pairs the board, but does not matter to me. And the river comes a 5 of hearts. And I go broke on this hand. Not much you can do there. Real quick, y'all, I really can't stress enough the importance of communication. The best way to learn how to play Pot Limit Omaha high or high-low is to talk about it with your friends, your poker community. I encourage you to talk with me in the comments section. Ask me questions. I will answer you 100% of the time. And I encourage everybody else to jump in and let's just talk it out. And let's talk through some of these hands. I know I'll get better and I know you will get better. Also, please click subscribe and help the channel out if it's helping you in any way or you just find it downright goofy. Click subscribe, please. Thank you. Okay, this next hand, I raise it up with ace, ace, 5, 3, 1 suit, and that suit is diamonds. I get a pretty good flop for my hand, I guess 3, 7, 9 with 1 diamond and 2 clubs. I do check it around. I don't know if this is the best play or not. I probably could have bet, but I checked it and I got a pretty good turn. A jack of diamonds giving me the nut flush draw, and I still have the nut low draw, and I have a pair of aces. So I bet $85 on the turn, get a couple of callers, and the river comes a 2 of diamonds, which is a really good card for me. It gives me the nut flush, and it gives me a pretty good low now. I bet $340, get 1 caller, and scoop the whole pot. Okay, this next hand I raise it up with ace, 10, 5, 4, 1 suit, and that suit is spades. The flop comes 10, 6, deuce with 1 spade and 2 hearts. I have top pair here and in pretty decent low draw, so I pot it for $75 and I get 1 caller. It comes a 6 on the turn, and I think, well, that's probably a good card for me unless he has a 6. And even if he does, well, I still have a pretty good low draw with ace 4. So I pot it again and he goes in the tank for a long time. He doesn't have that many chips left and he eventually makes the fold. Okay, another hand I raise up with ace, jack, 6, 8, 1 suit, and that suit is spades. I flop jack, jack, 6, full house. I check raise the flop when a guy leads out and bets $50 and I get action. And it comes a 5 of spades on the turn, which is a beautiful card for me. I bet the turn, he calls, and it comes an 8 on the river. Even better for me, but it does make a possible low. I bet $340 on the river and he calls me. I scoop the whole thing. He had jack 5, no low. Okay, this next hand I have ace, king, 3, 4, 1 suit, and that suit is hearts. I raise it up pre-flop, and the flop comes 2 of diamonds, 8 of spades, and the 3 of hearts. I have a pair of 3s, backdoor nut flush draw, and the nut low already. So I pot it for $30, get a couple of callers, and the river comes just a random queen. I still only have a pair of 3s and the nut low. But I apply pressure again. I just pot it, bet $140, and one guy moves all in for $491. I make the call and it comes a 10 on the river, and I'm expecting to get half the pot, and it turns out he only has the nut low also, so I 3/4 him. We share the same nut low, and I have a pair of 3s to win the high. So that was a pretty cool hand, I guess, high-low for you, but whether you're just starting off in high-low or in Pot Limit Omaha high or high-low, both games are gonna be thought-provoking, I guess. And so jump in anytime you can and soak up all the knowledge you can. Hope you enjoyed this session. Click subscribe if you like. Thank you.